Meet the Duprees. They're the ones that run things behind the gates of their private community. The core four of the family are Father Vernon, his wife Anita, and their two daughters Nicole and Danny. Let's start with Nicole, or Dr. Nicole to you, whose life seems to be so perfect. She and her husband Ted, who's also a doctor, has three children, Martin and Catherine, and also Ted's nephew Andre, whom they've raised. Oh, but then there's Danny, who married Bill, and they had two daughters, Naomi and Chelsea. And after 30 years, their daughter Naomi moved her best friend Haley into the house, and she stole her man. And now they're getting married, and Danny's not happy about none of that. But how could she be? Listen, Dupree family, you've got our attention, and we're back again today to get the tea, and I'm here to pour it. Because we all want to know what happened today beyond the gates. Ooh, baby, what a time we have had today. What a time we've had today. Okay. Um, I want to say that, hold on, let me get out of here first. Hold on. Okay. Okay. So I want to say that today is the first time that we are live over on Instagram at the same time that we are live over here. So the Instagram page, I believe I put the link up for you guys so that you know what the Instagram page is, because we're going to start doing lives over on the Instagram page as well while we're doing this. Okay. So the name of that page is, what is the name of this page, child? I think it's Beyond the Gates Live Review is the name of that page over there. So let me just check one time for that for you. Yeah, Beyond the Gates Live Review is the name of that page on Instagram, so that I can stream over there, start streaming over there live as well as over here. That wasn't the hold up today. The hold up today was just the fact that they changed some stuff over on hold on, I want to make sure I can see that we're live over here from my device, and I'm not seeing that. Okay. Oh, wait, I'm not live yet. That's what it is. Okay. Now we're live over on Instagram. Now we get it. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this up here. So if you all see the link for the Instagram page, please go over there and type a little something over there too. I mean, I'm trying to give y'all assignments and homework. I know, I already know, but we got to grow. We got to do bigger and better things, y'all. We got to do some things a little differently than the way we've been doing them. So, work with us, sister, okay? All right, now let's get down. Let's get down to the nitty gritty of why we are here. Hello, hey y'all, happy Monday to you all. I'm so glad to be gossiping with y'all again. Did you miss this or what? Not me, but did you miss this or what? I know you did. I know you did. Listen, one thing the Gates did was to make Monday a day to look forward to. They did that, okay? Today, y'all was looking forward to Monday. Y'all was chomping at the bit. I can't wait, sitting on the bed, rocking. I know y'all was like it was like y'all had something exciting to do the next morning. They managed to make a Monday feel like a Friday. Okay, the Gates did that. Okay. Also, listen. After I thought about it, we should have been rewatching the off week of the show as well, and met right here every day and talked about all the things that we had missed in the episodes that they had re-aired. I'm gonna tell you why. Because and E Daddy said that he did, but I think it was a good idea, and I'm gonna tell you why. So somebody sent me an article that the creator of the show had, not an article, but this is something she had asked. Somebody was asking her, like, why was the show off for a whole week? And she said she didn't know herself. She said that was higher up than me. I had no idea why it happened, but hey, let's use the week to reacquaint ourselves with the show. And here's the thing, perhaps, maybe you just don't know. Perhaps, thank you, Didi, for coming over there and commenting on the Instagram page. Perhaps you just don't know. See, everything is an exercise in something, right? And people don't do stuff for nothing because some of the other shows were still airing. So why did they take Beyond the Gates off? Could it be so that the ratings could have slipped for 1 week? You see what I'm saying? So we all should have checked in. And if they do it again, we're going to check in every day. We're going to watch that show every day. And we're going to come back here and talk about all of the little things that we missed the first time they aired it. Okay? Can you touch and agree? Huh? Are we? Will you? Because we don't want our show going nowhere. The last thing we want to do is for this show to end up leaving us because somebody decided that ratings slipped for one little week when they were showing reruns. You never know how they're gonna count it. Okay, this is a quality level show. It's beautiful. The way it looks is bright. We love the shots, the director's choices, the characters, the wardrobe, the writing, the staging, the hair, the makeup, the actors, all of it. We like it all. So the next time we watch whatever they air, okay? That's it. That's all. All right, y'all. Say hello to my mods for me. They've moved stuff around in here, so give me a minute to re-navigate because things are not what they used to be. Okay, say hello to the mods and Tony Lynn for me. Now we're back on track. KB Mommy, we are also streaming over on the Beyond the Gates live review page on Instagram as well. Our first time today. So we're live over there at the same time. We're going to start trying to grow that as well. Okay, because I see you just coming in. All right, so say hello to the mods and to Tony Lynn for me. They do a wonderful job for me over here when we're live and when we're not. You know, they're a great support team, and I think I couldn't have picked a better group of people to be the mods over here for us. We may add to them at some point, but you know, and Tony Lynn is our official greeter, always with a great hello, get our mind right, you know. He does. And at the same time, let me talk to my other superstars. Who we got down in the comments? Let me break out my romper room mirror, okay?
Who's that typing in the comments?
Who is that typing in the comments? Well, let's go down here and see. Bilo Didi is in the house, says, hey everyone, Miss Jen had to start a new live. Oh, she was explaining to you guys why we had to start a new live because we had technical difficulties. StreamYard changed a lot of stuff over here this morning, okay? And I didn't see it till too late. Linda says, third time's a charm, we hope. Greetings, salutations, gatekeepers, mod squad. Miss Jen, wishing you all a marvelous new week. Thank you, Tony Lynn. Bilo Didi says, hey, everybody, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share. We're ready to grow this channel, this wonderful channel. Linda says, hey, gatekeepers, creepers, peepers, hoppers, and bushwatchers. Blatant Truth is in the house, and we said Tony Lynn is in the house. Below Didi said the sound is coming in great. That's good. Elaine T is in the house. Elaine, you know we missed you on Friday, girl. We did, but she said she was riding in her car and screaming stuff out at her radio in her car, at her device in her car. I know the answer to that. So we hope to hear you this Friday. She said, I love today's episode. Let's see. Bilo Didi said, we're going to be ready next time. And we are, because I didn't think that through. Mr. Raven Maniac 1 says, glad to be back in case my ears have been tingling, tangling, and moist to hear some tantalizing tea from y'all gatekeepers from beyond them dang gates. I know that's right, right? KB Mommy says, hey, y'all, Miss Jen, Mod Squad, Tony Lynn, and gatekeepers. And Elaine T says this was because they wanted the people who could not tune in during the regular season can tune in. I mentioned before younger audiences tune in the summer. They were in school before last week. Yeah, but the creator says she didn't know why that was done. So it don't matter. Next time they ain't gonna catch us slipping on these ratings. They're not. Mm-hmm. Even though Beto Didi says that makes sense. Younger audiences are different from regular audiences. We don't really want them. I'm just teasing. Okay. Uh-oh, hold on. Okay. KB Mommy says, hey there to those buried in the bushes, waiting in the weeds, tuning in from the trees, and even hiding in the hedges. Make sure you to smash that like button. Miss J is in the building, says, in the bushes as usual. That's all right. We take y'all in the bushes as long as you're listening. That's all we care about, as long as you're listening. Okay. KB says, I did rewatch last week. I had missed some things myself. Okay. Before we get started, let me clear up this cough that's about to take me over, you all, and then we can get started. All right, y'all, let's hit it. Let's see what happened today, right? Let me scroll to the pictures, which are laid out very differently, but hang with me if I get it wrong, okay? Well, Mrs. Couple wishes she had not let Chelsea go and she misses her. And Dr. Montgomery is standing in the back behind a curtain watching everything because, baby, she want to know what you want with Chelsea for. The grammar was so wrong on that, but you know what I'm talking about. But she peeking because she want to know what you want, girl. hmm And then she tells her that she misses her. And then Dr. Montgomery did a little tipping around back there, right? But did she hear that? Because we did, girl. We heard that. We don't know if you heard it, but we heard it. Okay? I call her Mrs. Couple. Now, Randy, our friend over here, let's make that very clear. Randy is at the casino with that pow pow on Bubba, right? And he said, Bubba was sitting over there counting his money, and Randy had put that pow pow on him. So he's scared because anybody got a pow pow on your nerves. Because I know I'd be nervous. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want nobody to put no pow pow on me. Okay. But anyway, he got that pow pow down on Bubba, and Randy wants to know. He wants Randy to know. He's like, I didn't steal nothing. I didn't steal anything. This guy came in and gave it to me. Randy tells him, I'm here to finish things, and then we going for a little ride. And child, we all know that a little ride never ends well. Anytime somebody wants you to go for a little ride, it ain't never good. On that alone, I would have took off running. He'd have had to catch me first. Okay. Now, Smitty, wait, let me show this picture here first because this may be, I was thinking this might be one of the last times that we might see Bubba. Bubba Kenneth Bubba. But now Smitty gets a call from his I guess source, right? And he's telling the person, hold on, let me move these papers because I can't see from where they at. Okay. Smitty gets a call and he tells the person the story has gotten deeper that he on the phone with. And they give him the green light to continue because they were going to cut the story, whoever he was talking to. And then after he was like, no, 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 no. Thanks, Linda, for going over to the Instagram page. And he's like, no, 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 no. Don't cut it because I'm making all kinds of progress. I'm finding out this and that. So he was like, okay, you can keep going then. Then he gets a call from his source. And they tell him that Vernon Dupree is connected to Marcel Malone. What? See, that's why you should have left good enough alone, Smitty. You should have. This way, you gonna learn mind and your business pays, huh? You need to mind the business which pays you, and this about to pay you something you don't want. Because now you don't put Martin's granddaddy in it. Not that you put him in it because he put himself in it, but I'm saying you putting him in it with all this digging and stuff. We'll stay out people's business. Done put his name up in this dirty case. You gonna learn to let sleeping dogs lie, especially if they sleeping in the yard of a gangster like Joey Hunter. Let sleeping dogs lie. Leave sleeping dogs sleeping, but you can't do that, can you? Now, Vernon and Danny are at the club, and she's checked at the country club, and she's checking in on Vernon because he seemed a little preoccupied to her, and he tried to say, "Well, it's because I miss my wife," and she's like, you was a little preoccupied, sir. So, what's going on? And does it have anything to do with Martin? Does it have anything to do with Martin? Girl, inquiring minds want to know. We want to know too. Okay, so now Jacob and his fine daddy are talking about the case with Leslie and info he's gotten on that. And his dad tells him to keep up the good work. So his okay, hold on, y'all. I gotta change my light. Hold on. I can't see. I can't see. Nah. That's what I can say. Nah, I can see. Okay. So Jacob is over there talking to his fine daddy, and they talking about his case with Leslie. And he tells him that he's, got some information running down to him what he's got. And daddy's like, good job to stay on that because he needs him to stay focused on that and stay from over in this other dirty business they got going on down in this precinct with his fine self. His head is perfectly shaved, but I know y'all don't want to hear about that, so I'm gonna move on. So anyhow, Jacob started asking his daddy questions about what Smitty working on. He's huh. So what now? What? His daddy was like, we ain't about to talk about no, no. And he tells him that he thinks Smitty should back off and off of that and Marcel Malone because he said Marcel Malone has had a stellar career, and he don't want Smitty dragging his good name. Are we talking about the same Marcel Malone? Huh? Because you know, I don't know about him being no upstanding citizen, but okay. But go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Meanwhile, Martin came home. Excuse me, y'all. Martin came home and walked in on Smitty talking about Vernon on the phone. So now he needs to know what's up with that because he was in there talking big. Honey. Oh, what Vernon in it? What Vernon Dupree up in it? And Martin heard that. hmm Danny is not willing to leave well enough alone, and she wants to know what's going on still. And she's wondering if Martin and Smitty are okay. Because she's hoping that they are, because she's like our relationship goals as far as I'm concerned. And she also hopes that Chelsea will end up with the same kind of happy relationship. And Vernon tells her that he heard about Andre. See, this was how you change the subject. He was like, I heard about you and Andre. You and Andre. And she was like, what? What? Say what? What? What are you talking about? What? What, Daddy? What? Uh-huh. He was like, get off me. Let's talk about you. Okay. But then Vanessa comes over and she ends up saving the day and helping her save a little face job because Daddy was about to dig in deep and she needed him to get off that. And he gets up and says that he's going to leave anyway because he needs to go take him a nap. Vernon of a certain age, he be needing a nap, especially after all this crime he be doing, allegedly. So it seems. That make you tired. I don't know if y'all know that's tired. Work very tired. Okay, so um Joey though is at the casino daydreaming about him and Nessa. Don't tell me this old player done mess around and fell in love now. Please don't say it. Is you done messed around and fell in love, Joey? Is you done caught feelings? Huh? Joey, is you done caught feelings for my Vanessa? Don't you know she for the streets? Don't you know that? But okay, but go ahead on. If that's what you want to do, sir, keep on daydreaming about her. But anyway, he in there daydreaming, and Randy comes in and tells him that he done what needed to be done. It is done, but that they have a problem. See, didn't I tell y'all a little ride always problematic one way or another? Anytime somebody said a little ride, it's a problem, child. It's a problem. Bilo says Joey nose is wide open. Somebody need to make a song called it "Got My Nose Wide Open." Okay, because that's what it seems to me. But now wait, Dr. Montgomery didn't leave. She was in there hiding behind the cat. She just went from one side of the curtain, one side to the other side, so she could hear. She didn't need to see. She was no longer interested in seeing. She needed to hear what was going on. She needed to put her ear close down to the thing. Y'all hold up. I gotta grab a call real quick. I'm sorry. Okay, y'all, that's my mom, so I have to grab that call, make sure everything is good. All right, so she done moved. She had moved over and got where she could hear everything. But after she had heard enough, she tipped on up out of there. You see her in the background. Okay. Because Chelsea had to tell Mrs. Couple that she was happy. And I ain't trying to be tipping around on nobody. Okay. Hmm? Hmm? Mm-hmm. All right. Now, I'm wondering if this girl trying to turn psycho, y'all. Do y'all think she is? Because she do kind of got that look in her eye, don't she? I don't know if I trust her. I don't know if I trust her. I'm just saying. I think Chelsea better keep both her eyes on this girl because I don't know about her. Now Naomi called Jacob and told him to rush to the hospital right now. So he does. Now Terrell is back and he's just passing through to say he took his sister shopping and now he's headed to the park to go play chess with some old heads. Are you, Tyrell? Now, once he leaves, Martin wants to know what you was talking about my granddaddy for on the phone. Because you know you got to get right when you hear somebody call your people name, honey, you need to know what is going on. Okay. We need to know right now, quick, fast, and in a hurry. He was like, so what were you talking about my granddad about? What was that? What was that about? Yes. And he said, oh, I just I was just looking into some stuff. He in there making up excuses in line just like Martin would do. But you know, Martin, you do that. You are due to have Smitty do you the same way you do. So I ain't mad at it. Then after that, he was like, and I got to go. Just like you would do. He got no information for you, sir. None. Um, Once he leaves, though, Martin calls uh, Bill, but he gets his voicemail. So what you calling Bill for? But okay, all right. Mhm. Don't mess around and be done something to your own people in your own house, child. Don't do that. Randy, not Randy. What you mean? You think somebody saw you dump a body down at the docks? What is we talking about, Randy? Randy, what is you talking about? Who? What? Where? That's what you be doing. Let's see, we thought you was one of the good guys. You got Joey out here, got you taking pizza. I know Joey was this kind of person. But anyway, he says somebody done seen him dumping somebody down at the dock. And Randy's upset that he's got to go make a run. And Joey tells him to take his family. Because he's like, because I got to get out of town now. He said, well, take your family with you. He said, but hold up, Jim Shoe, where's my money? Better have my money. He wants his money. Please don't tell me that the Duprees have gotten involved with this mess. Mm-mm. I don't need the Duprees to be involved with anything of this heavy of a nature. Like I thought that they had did something, but please don't tell me that Vernon would actually be involved with this kind of stuff. I mean, this is a step too far. This is a step. Don't y'all think this is a step too far? This too far. This too much. People being dumped in the water. It's too much. Well, anyway, in the words, wait a minute. He says, Please don't. I said, please don't tell me the Duprees are involved with this mess. I mean, as I know the way Joey would be involved in it. Okay, but they did involve Joey in it, and you know what Joey do. So I don't want y'all to be involved, but y'all know what Joey do. Y'all know how Joey get down. And in the words of Mouse, in Devil in a Blue Dress, if y'all didn't want somebody taken out, then you shouldn't have left them with me. That's the way Joey gonna be talking. Now y'all know what I do, so what you leave him over here with me for? Because you already know what was gonna happen with him over here. Because Joey is a magician, honey. He makes people disappear. But then Doug comes and walks in on them talking, and with Joey with this pow in his hand, and he's like, "What's going on up in here?" See, let me tell you something. Coming, having grown up in the hood, if I walk in the room and somebody got a pow in their hand, let me tell you how this is supposed to go. You're supposed to pretend like you didn't see that. You're supposed to be like, you know what? Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back out here and grab my drink. You're supposed to do something else. You're supposed to act like you didn't see the pow. You're not supposed to involve yourself in this foolishness. And your goal is to get out the room. Not start talking about what is going on here. This is how I know y'all rich people. Because regular people, we don't be, you see gun. So I wasn't supposed to say that word. You see something like that, you supposed to get up, get out. Okay? That's how we know you got too much love. Now, Jacob gets to the hospital. Okay. Jacob gets to the hospital and it's June and she's been beat up and is in surgery. But she had Naomi's card on her and they called her. I also hope they got that picture because Lord knows we don't need to go through her going through that box of trash no more. I'm just saying. Now, Jacob, sorry, Smitty gets to the station and is looking for Jacob. It ends up talking to Jacob Fine Daddy Elon and wants to ask questions about Smitty. He wants to ask questions about Vernon, I think it was, is who he wanted to find out some stuff about. I mean, I don't know. Do you just go in pressing up on the police or chief? Or this how they do? I don't know. But he's like, I got questions. Well, since he was looking for Jacob. Jacob wasn't in there. So then he's like, well, I could talk to you. And then he gonna come talking about some, they say if you dig deep enough, you'll find dirt even on the best cop, because that's usually how they get things done. And baby, I think you talk too much, Snoopy. Snoopy, I think you talks too much, baby. Right up in the police chief place talking like this. Out loud. But you know what else? Keep on talking, sir. We'll see. Now, Vanessa is still at the country club talking to Danny and daydreaming about Joey. So Joey daydreaming about her. She daydreaming about Joey. Child, it's just too much. Y'all are definitely two fools in love. And what are you in love with, Vanessa? Danger? Crazy? I don't know. But go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Get down. You know what I said? Do your thing. You grown. Now, she's dreaming about Joey, but at the same time, she feeling a little chatty now about it. What I've been doing and what I've been doing it to, and this and that. And Danny is leaned all the way in, like, girl, have you? Girl, and I've been seeing Andre. Girl, you be doing too much. Chelsea tells Mrs. Couple to try to make up at home. She's like, listen, Shantae got a man at home, and I ain't got time to be sitting here talking to you. Because I'm all right where I'm at. So you need to go figure out what you're doing over there and leave me alone, okay? She's holding firm. And then this lady was trying everything she could, but Chelsea was not moving. She's like, you need to keep your eyes on what's ahead, because I am. Eyes on your own paper, ma'am. Eyes on your own paper. Now, June is at the hospital with a big bandage on her head, and Dr. Montgomery was with her on a consult, she said. She was badly beaten and not in shape to answer questions. She told Jacob, like, this ain't the time to be trying to get her to shake down, sir. Calm down. Let the woman head heal. And was it me? Or was she sounding a lot like Haley today? When she was talking, she was sounding just like Haley. Hmm? She was sounding just like Haley to me. Oh my, okay, my live ended over there. Okay. So yeah, she was sounding just like Haley to me. She was. All right. So if it hasn't ended over there, let me go ahead. I need to check this out because this is my first time using the live feature over there. Okay, hold on, you guys. Let me just make sure on this. All right, so I'm gonna end the live over on Instagram and take a look at that later. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me when I'm switching over. Okay, so I'm gonna end the live. I ended the live over on Instagram. We're having trouble streaming to Instagram. If you ended it on Instagram, then this is expected. If not, and this continues, try creating a new Instagram screen. No, that's okay. I'm just going to remove that destination so we can keep moving along. Save changes. Okay. All right. So we should be good over here now. All right. All right. So anyway, she tell Jacob to hold off on questioning June so much right now because June, she ain't for all that. So leave the girl alone. Let her heal. Let her heal. And then she ends up finally falling asleep, and she has that picture in her hands, and she's like clinging on to it, and she's asleep. And Naomi comes over and takes it out of her hand. Now, Joey, Doug, and Randy are at the casino, and Doug is still waiting to see what's up with the pow pow Joey had. Dr. Doug, you is mighty bold, sir. You've been bold for a minute. You have. I'm gonna have to give you that. You ain't no punk. I just hope you got what you need to bag it up. You writing checks, but I hope you can cash them, sir. But he's like, I just want to know what's up with you. Why you got that pow pow in your hand? And Joy said, oh, this is not, Randy was just returning it back to me. And he's getting ready to leave. He's headed to Disneyland with the family on vacation. Hmm. He also told, but hold on, because we got some stuff to talk about before you leave, and Randy. Now, Vanessa tells Danny Doug is into some gambling with Joey, and he's got a problem. And Danny says that she saw Doug at the casino and wondered why he was there with the likes of somebody like Joey. I don't know if Vanessa liked her saying that. With the likes of somebody like Joey. Danny asked if she was able to pay the debt off, and she's looking like the cat that ate the mouse before she answered. Because, yeah, she paid it off, but she paid it off a couple of ways. And she can't tell you about it. She can't tell you about none of the ways, child. All right, so she looked, let's see. Okay, so before she answers the question, though, this waiter in the picture comes in and he's leaned in all heavy because I was like, well, Skew, what is he doing? He acting like Bubba used to be at the table. You ain't just pouring water, you trying to get tea too. So when that happens, um, I want to make sure I'm not ahead of myself. Okay, so when that happens, Martin walks up and snatches him and asks what the heck he was doing because he thought the man was Bubba, but it wasn't. Because I thought it was him too for a split second. I was like, ooh, Bubba back. Okay. Well, Jacob Daddy sits down with Smitty to talk. Really, we know this is just an exercise for uh, Jacob Daddy to find out what you know, sir. That's the only reason why he's talking to you. He need to know what you know. But he's gonna let you sit down here and think you being smart, little Snoopy. Little Snoopy. So Smitty is what does Vernon have to do uh, with this whole thing with Marcel? Because my source told me that Vernon testified in a case that had to do with Marcel. Elon sitting there looking like, really? Because right now, Smitty, they trying to figure out what they got to do with you. because you know too much. But he's like, yeah, I heard about he had testified in the case. And he said, oh, okay. Yeah, uh-huh. And it was on a IA case. But when he was before the IA board, he came in there and he testified for him. So Jacob Daddy said, okay, off the record. He did testify, but he volunteered. And it was to help to drop the case cut charges against Malone, who is an upstanding citizen. Smitty, he let it go at that. But baby, Jacob Daddy do not look pleased. He do not look pleased at not at all. Now, Danny asks Martin if he's okay, and he says that he thought the guy was someone else. So he pulls the waiter to the side and apologizes to him and says, I thought you were Kenneth. And he says, oh no, Kenneth quit and said he's not coming back. Child, he showed not coming back. I mean, we know that. Don't we? Hmm. Vanessa says she was surprised that Martin and Danny said she was surprised that Martin and Danny said she will get to the bottom of it and Vanessa will find Danny a new office space, and she left. So they was clicking in and out on some things that were just little small little snippets, parts of conversations. And this happened to be one of those things that they was dipping in and out of. Now Randy is taking off for his trip and trying, or at least he's trying to. And Doug stops him, like talking about we should have a drink. And Joey said, "Well, why don't you sit down and do some gambling?" He was like, "Well, I don't gamble no more." And they was like, "Good news to hear." And then Randy was like, "Oh, I'm so glad to hear that," because Randy did try to stop him from the gambling before, even though it could have cost him his life. He still tried to warn Doug that he should just stay away from the gambling place, even when Joey had told him to drag him down there anyway. So I think that they really must be friends, and Randy really must feel very friendly toward Doug. So Joey tells Randy to be sure not to miss his flight, though. But Randy looks scared. He does, and you should be, because when you be doing little jobs like this for people, child, it don't never pan out. You can't be doing dirt for people. They want you to do the dirt, then after that, they want to get rid of you, in case you should get nervous and want to start talking. Well, at Uptown, let me make sure I'm in the right spot for pictures. Okay, wait, I'm about to skip over something. Okay. Naomi is looking, you all, I know I sound a little discombobulated today, but things have changed in StreamYard, so I'm trying to re-navigate things over here, read my notes, and things are not the same as they used to be. So I'm looking at a whole new screen now. So once I get used to it, it will get more comfortable. But then they're just gonna up and change it again. But anyway, Naomi is looking closely at the picture that June always clings to, and she sees a phone number and she decides to dial it. So when she calls it and she asks about June, the person on the other end hangs up. Now, who on that phone, June? We need to know who on this phone, June. Well, with Jacob being the police, I know he can find out. So please, Jacob, get on your job. And if not, give it to Smitty or give it to Cat. They both equally as nosy. Any of them could get to the bottom of it. At Uptown, Randy is met up with is there with Doug, and then Vanessa comes and joins them. And Joy tells Vanessa Randy is leaving indefinitely for California. And she was like, "Oh, really?" Because I didn't know this until looking up some stuff and some trivia. Vanessa don't really care for Randy. She thinks that he's a bad influence on Doug. But so she was like, "Oh, really?" So she more or less, I know she was like, "Good riddance." Okay. So she said, and then he tells him that Joey had a pow pow on him at the casino. And she's like, "What? Joey?" Now Joey was down at the casino looking at that bag of cash that Randy had brought back and thinking back. He was thinking back on asking Randy if he did what he was supposed to. And he said, "I shot him just like you said." See, now that wasn't no answer. That was a sad answer. And now Joey the Thumbs is thinking about that. Joey, look, see, let me tell you something. I don't know if this was the bag that Bill bought up in there. I thought the bag that Bill bought in there was bigger than this. So I'm wondering, Joey, if they putting you under a stain, child. I'm wondering, Joey, if this is some marked money. I'm wondering, Joey, if they done got together with Bubba. and decided that they was gonna frame you or something, sir, you know I'm very suspicious. I'm very suspicious. But we got to wait to find out. But wouldn't that be something? Hmm? Hmm. But anyway, he said, I shot him just like you said. And Joy seems to be feeling something ain't right. Something, 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 something just ain't right. Just ain't right. You know what? Which I always say, is it Siri? Siri, please keep sweating. Something just ain't right. Because it ain't. It sure ain't. Now, Martin gets home. Hold on, because I'm missing something. Because Vernon had went down to the police station. Now, how did I miss all that? Did I totally miss that in my notes? I think I totally missed this in my notes, but Vernon had went down to the station. So if I didn't get this, this must have been when my phone rang, and I meant to go back and get it. So I'll have to find out what happened later. But you know he went down there trying to see what was going on. You already know that's what he's checking in on. So I don't know if his daddy told him and Smitty was down here asking questions about you, and he know about what happened with you down there with Marcel Malone. So did he tell him that? Because I didn't see that part, y'all. So what happened when Vernon went up in here? Did Jacob Fine Daddy tell Vernon about Smitty down there asking all them questions? Did it? I'll wait for your answers down there. I'm gonna keep reading. Now Martin gets home and Tyrell is back from playing chess in the park with the old heads, as he said. And Martin, all of a sudden, when he looks over there, flashes back to Bubba saying something to him about them adopted children of yours. I hope them adopted children of yours are going to be safe, sir. That's what I hope for you. Hmm. Hmm. Well, child, the man sitting at the table turns around, and Lord, don't you know that the man was Bubba? Bubba, what you doing in the house? Bubba, what you came to do? Bubba, are you another figment of his imagination or are you real? I don't know. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to wait to see. But the fact that he got a bandage on his face makes me wonder if he's real. Because he didn't have no bandage on his face when he last saw him, so we have to wait to see. We have to wait to see. This how they do us. The man turned around and said, checkmate. Baby, it sure enough is checkmate if you ain't gone. If you ain't gone, it's checkmate. For sure. Now, they did show us a few pictures for this week's episode. So here are our questions. Smitty, you done gone to Jacob and you want to know what Martin is hiding. But why is he asking Jacob? Why are you asking Jacob? Huh? I'm with you, Bobby. This better not be another hallucination. I need this to be real. Let's get with it. And Bill, what does Bill want fixed now? And who was he talking to? I thought you was the fixer, Bill. Not you done the fixer done had to call the other fixer. I'm confused. And what in the world has got Anita broke down doing the ugly face cry? She done fell up against the wall, and I don't think she at home. I think she in Chicago up in the hotel. So what's going on down there in Chicago? Girl, I live in Chicago. If you need to call me, girl, call me, girl. I'll run through there and get you, girl. Don't you worry. Listen, so whatever going on, y'all know we're going to have to continue to tune in to find out what's going on beyond the gates, honey. Okay, I thought today's episode was giving a little bit. I did. I did. I'm gonna scroll up here and see who I missed that ran up in here when they wasn't up in here. But fuck. I think you all went here before, but you know I was having technical problems. Child, today was today. Terry Anthony also checked in. How you doing, Terry? Mr. Ravaniak says, but even she intimidated that she was willing to engage in threesome with Chelsea and love doctor. She ain't that scared. Bobby Wobby's in the house. How you doing, Bobby Wobby? And, and let's see who else. I got to take my mom somewhere, you guys, so I had to cut this part short. And um, turns out that I didn't have a problem with Instagram. Instagram had a problem, but I think Instagram be having issues like that. So, but I'm still gonna try to do live over there. Okay. I'm making a wild prediction that Kenny was homeless also because last 2 weeks ago, he was wearing a black backpack when he left to go to the casino, and it's going to come out that he jumped June. What? What? Oh, wow. You'll definitely keep us in the check. I hit the like. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. Hit that like. Wait, let me see that I hit it this time when I came in. Yeah, I did. I hit it. We got 29 likes and 33 watching. So that's really good. But we could do better. Okay, let's see. In my Scooby Doo voice, what roll? Stephen Hoskins says, good evening, gatekeeper. Sorry I'm late. It's been a busy day for me. Child, it was a crazy day for me. This is the second live I put up today. So many people are lying to each other today and are. They definitely are. It's just so much going on, honey. Could she be Haley's sister? I don't know. Bobby Wobby said they must have some new writers. You think that's good or is that bad? Is that good or is that bad? I was thinking the same thing about Doug Below, and all of a sudden, uh, Vanessa cut down on her activities, on her garden tool activities. hmm Nessa has a gangster side, so she think. This dilemma between Doug, Randy, and Joey getting kind of deep. Yeah, it is. Even along the rest of the OGs involved. Yeah, it is. It is. It gets deep. All right, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure. Okay, so let me come out of this. I got to make sure every day that I come out of Instagram Live so that when I end this, I ain't still live somewhere. Okay. Boy, the plots on today's episode were volcanic. Yeah, it laid the groundwork for some things to happen. It laid the groundwork for some things to happen. Who jumped June? Are we getting closer to finding out who June is? Um, I mean, did the Duprees actually off somebody? Is the man gone? Child, y'all, Leslie, you better hurry up and get back up in here, girl. They trying to make up some more storylines, girl, on you, girl. You better hurry up, get in here. You better report to work, girl. We ain't about to have these people out shining you in your craziness, girl. We ain't for it. Stephen says, Elon and Vernon talking today had me thinking that they both got some skeletons in the closet. See, I missed what they talked about because I didn't even take notes on it. So I was asking, what did he go over there and say? I'm just thinking that he was like, hey, did he tell him that his son-in-law asking questions about him? That's what I need to know. Oh, let me also tell you all this while I'm here. I've decided that with the show, The Gilded Age, that I'm going to go on to season 3 and start reviewing from there. Because if you guys are binge watching the show and you're going from season to 1 to 3, then where you're going to be is caught up. And then I'll still be back there in season 1. So I'm just going to stay current. I'll do the first 3 of the seasons. And as I go, what I will do is just give the background information to some of the stuff that had gone on and why stuff is happening so that we can stay current in the conversations as to what's going on. So that will be a change with the Gilded Age. Did I say Beyond the Gates? I meant the Gilded Age if I said that. My brain tired today. I done had a lot going on today. Gatekeepers, creepers, peepers, hedge hoppers, and bush watchers. It's been real. Come on back tomorrow for more. Tell a friend, telegram. Yes, Elon did say something to Vernon, and Vernon was like, "You told me those hearings were sealed." Oh, so he wouldn't have known that if he had been up at it. So why he telling Vernon? And then I did notice that Elon had said him and his wife had been friends with Anita, and so are we gonna meet your wife? Hmm. Anita got hung up on. Naomi got hung up on. Anita got hung up on. You, but wouldn't she recognize? Would she recognize her voice? Hold on one second. Let me see who is this calling me. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't recognize that number, but I'm glad I picked it up because it was an old friend. Okay, and Chelsea best watch herself because Allison may be scheming to get back with her out of jealousy. Child, she may have a single white female on her hand. What time tomorrow? Um, what time will be live for the show tomorrow? I can't say right now. Usually I'm live talking about Beyond the Gates about 4:15, 4 o'clock, 4:15. So about that time tomorrow is my goal. But today I had some work being finished up today in my house. So and I didn't know that was gonna happen. So it threw me off. All right. So Danny better be careful of partnering with Vanessa because she could be falling into Joey's money laundering scheme. Now she's not partnering with her, as far as I know. She's just finding her. Oh, well, she's just finding her a place. So, but I see what you're saying. They could. She better not. Vanessa, dirty, low down, better not. Child, but you don't know. You could be dealing with somebody you don't know, and they could be doing the same thing. People just do too much now these days. Anyway, y'all, I gotta get ready to get out of here. I gotta take my mom to run an errand. Wow, Bobby Wobby. If that was Anita on the other end of that call, that would truly open the door for more intrigue and drama, wouldn't it though? But I would think that she wouldn't, unless Anita got Anita, is that why you hollering and crying in this picture, girl? Anita, is that why you hollering and crying in this picture, girl? Anita, girl, is that why you hollering and crying in this picture, girl? Ooh, Bobby. You know what, Bobby? We ain't passed out one of these in a while. We gonna have to give you a crumb. You get some crumpet for that. Because you might be done gave us something a little bit more than tea. Okay? That was really crumpet worthy. Because that sounds like that could be plausible. Okay. Hmm. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here so I can go make this run. And I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. I was so prepared for today. I even wrote out all my pre notes ahead of time last night. So I was ready to just do my notes, take my pictures, load them up. I've shortened. Oh, let me tell y'all something though. So this is one thing that they done did I don't like. When you get ready to upload, matter of fact, while I'm on with y'all, let me check it out. But when you get ready to upload a picture now, you can only upload one picture at a time. And if you try to upload more than one picture, then you can't move the order that they're in anymore. It's so stupid. If you the only way you can move it is way up to the top, and that's it. That's it, that's all. Let me click this now and see if it's that way over here. Add a file. Okay. So looks like it's the same thing. Looks like it's the same thing. And that's so dumb. Why can't they just leave stuff alone? That's what I'm trying to say. But I'll have to spend some time here, maybe tonight, looking through stuff and just getting reacquainted with what's going on. All right, y'all. Enough of that. Let me check out y'all last comments. I wasn't I wasn't thinking that. See you tomorrow, gatekeepers. Great show today. Thanks everyone for joining us. KB Mommy says, tell your family, tell your neighbors, your church members, and even your frenemies to come on over here and join us and subscribe to the channel. I was remembering when Sharon hung up on Anita. Uh-huh. All right. Well, we gotta wait and see what's going on. All right, so we'll meet here tomorrow, y'all, and find out what's going on as we continue to be nosy about these doggone Duprees. Was y'all here for the Friday night? Let me ask this right quickly. Well, all of you all here for the Friday night, did you all know that one of the directors from the show was down in our comments Friday night and talked with us? Did y'all know that? Let me see who didn't know. Did y'all know that? Did you? I'm gonna wait for two people to respond to that. Yes, one of the directors, one of the number two director was down in the comments Friday night with us. Seems such a yeah, like Linda said, seems like such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. Every time we see his name, we gonna put it up. We gonna talk about it that day. We're gonna be like our friend over here. This is his episode today. We would be highlighted. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. KB Mom. Okay, Linda says seemed really nice. I heard it via the replay. That was awesome. Below Didi says I did. Bobby Wobby says yes. Yeah, that was really cool. That was really cool to happen. Maybe one day we'll get him to come for an interview. We can. Now, y'all can't be asking people to spill tea because they can't spill tea. We needed him today. But you know what he did tell us? I asked about that squeaky door at Leslie's house, and he said they finally fixed that. Stephen Holly, yeah, you missed that, Stephen. You sure enough did. Mm-hmm. You missed it. You missed it. But he was here for a while with us. I would say he hung out with us for about 45 minutes or so. Yeah. Now we have two friends from the show. Look at us getting viewed. Yes, I'm very proud of that. You know, I just want to end in some interviews, but maybe God has something else in the queue. You know, so I'm just head down and working, head down and working. And you guys are such a wonderful group of people to do the show to every day and all of that. Anyway, let me quit talking and get off of here. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. We could talk more about that tomorrow because we're gonna follow his YouTube page, well, his Instagram page. We're gonna follow his Instagram page, okay? Okay. Girl, I forgot about I had to play. That's my emergency video when something go on and I need to need to cut out for a second. Oh, so he probably ear hustling. Oh, he ain't ear hustling. He welcome over here. Maybe he been over here before now. You never know. Linda says, bye bye. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you later. And listen. I hope you're having a great day. And if not, there is still some time left. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one anyway? All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye. Hold on. I forgot to do one thing. What am I thinking, child? Y'all know we got to thank the mods. Thank you.
Thank you, Mod Squad.
Y'all know what I was thinking. We gotta thank this mods. Thank you, mods. Thank you, Destiny H. Thank you, KB Mommy. Thank you, Linda. And thank you, KB. Who did I miss? KB Below Didi. Okay. Because I'm looking at I'm like, wait a minute, I just said that name. All right. So thank you guys and see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, that's it for today. They're closing the gate, so I've got to close this door until tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.